So we're here at Bingley Little Theatre, where Justina's come for a show one of her friends is in. And it's a 7:30 show. So I've just parked there, look at the stocks. This is Bingley. It's Friday evening, there's the stocks, look. And you've got the sort of, yeah, amazing that, isn't it? That, this stone arch. I wonder what the history of this thing is here. It's like a sort of covered market thing. I'll go and have a look. There's an information board down there and things. I'll go and have a look. Doesn't really say anything, it's just like a little board. But it's just the riverside walk down here. Quite steep. You see it down there, look. Of course, in Bingley there's also the famous 5 rise locks, where the canal has 5 locks going up it, like, you know, quite a complicated set of locks here going up a big height. Yeah, so this is 7:30 in the evening in Bingley. Of course, it's fantastically sunny. People are out and about dining and things like that. So the station is actually just behind here. That's the theatre that Justina's gone to there. All the flags outside it. The 3 and the 5 rise locks are to the right, and the park is down that way, it says. I'll have to drive to the locks because it's a bit of a distance. There's a little there, look. Yes, I think there's a little car park next to the station. Looking down a bit of the station here. The railway line's down there. All the old mills and things there. And there's the road running through. I think the canal is over that direction. Yeah. Yeah, Little Escape Mill Society, Bingley Pool it says straight ahead. And then let's look at that little park area. We're going to have a look back to the theatre area with the flags again. Never really explored walking around Bingley before. I don't think there's much to it, but quite interesting to see all the old mill buildings, the old stone, fantastic architecture on the old buildings, all the extra like features they put in. What I got here, they call that Buttercross then, that thing I was started with. The bridge, 5 rise locks, cross flat. St Ives Estate, yeah, Beckford. Yeah. Myrtle Park, and then Bingley Town Hall. It's to the right, it says. Myrtle Park straight ahead. And the Lidl is just here. And there's a bandstand. Maybe that's the town hall there, the building there. Go and see if we can see it from in the park. Little map showing us where we are. You are here. Town hall. There's a little walk you can do around, look. Extremely parched looking bowling green. That's the town hall. Sorry, the sun is shining above it. There it is there, look, you can see. It's absolutely red hot this evening. About 30 degrees. There's no wind to cool you down. Fantastic visibility. The air is so dry and clear. There's no sort of dust or sort of like humidity cloud or anything like that. It's just yeah, incredible. History of Myrtle Park. So originally site of an old farmstead called Springhead, bought by Johnson Atkinson Busfield in 1767. By 1770 he built his house, which is the house we just saw, that which became the town hall. Bought in 1810 by General William Twist, a senior officer in the British Army. Gardens, sedan chair carried around and all that. General Twist carried around. From the death, the house was rented, but then Alfred Sharp bought it in 1874. The mills and all that remained till 1907, and then the council bought it in 1908 with all the land as well to be used as a public park. So there we go. So then for the park, the bandstand was added, bowling greens, tennis courts, cenotaph, paddling pool. The remains are still there but it doesn't work. Growing crops, the lower meadow was requisitioned for during the war. Footbridge was built across to commemorate the Festival of Britain in 1950s. Yeah, so there we go. That's the history of it all. Hello. Well, that's a tame bird, isn't it? Hello. It's not bothered by me at all. Strange. So the rose beds have all been dug over. And there's a little wall garden with some flowers. There's a gate there, says there's a tea room. I think there's more bowling greens and things behind that as well, all looking very parched and yellow. We'll just have a little look through the gate. Yeah, tea rooms, meals, snacks, drinks, home meals, scones, afternoon teas, ice cream, cranberry and bowls. There's the bowling green. And there's the tea room. So I can't see the sun again. There you go. I have to shade the sun out with my hand. Yeah. Nice variety of flowers. Quite a good scent as well, like a strong scent from the flowers. I'm going to pick Justina at about 9 o'clock. She said the show is about 75 minutes long. But you know, by the time they come out and things, there's always a little play park here. I thought I could hear a lot of twittering, and there's an aviaries there as well, just next to this area. And there, of course, closed off, but next to the cafe. And there's bowling green. You can hear them all tweeting away. Yeah, twittering. Right, yeah. Looking there, we're just looking down. I'll not go down. That's the river down there, the floodplain with the plain fields and things down the bottom there. The river bending along. It's the River Aire. Right, I think I'll head back to the car now. See what happens if we go this way. Take us back in the direction of the theatre and that sort of high street I was walking along. So it was a bit of a dead end where I was going. Presumably that's the sort of bridge that they refer to celebrate the Festival of Britain, 1951 I think. As I have come down to the river here, because dead end where I was heading up there, because I think the gates had all been locked, you know, for the evening and that. Yeah, so I'm down by the river now. Quite slow flowing at the moment. It's a little gravel path that I'm on. Lovely and shaded though, but still warm, to be honest, still warm, even in the shade here. So I'm hoping I'll just come along and then go up again and head back into the sort of town centre. It's only a small place. A little bit of a faster moving section here. Little riffle. So yes, when I was looking out at the station earlier on, that must have been the canal, you know, there's like a big road past the station, then the canal. So it's like three things all parallel, the railway line, the dual carriageway road, which sort of bypasses Bingley, and then the canal, and then just up from there is the Five Rise Locks. Yeah. So I think I can veer right here. There's a bridge, some sort of bridge here. What is this? That's just a pipe. Looks like there's like a pipe, a couple of pipes curve across the river here. Thought it was a bridge. Look at that. Just sort of going across in an arch like that. Look, the pipes. Wow. Look at that. Gas pipeline. Yeah. Alright, I think this is the way up here. Oh, that's quite steep, isn't it? I'll go up there. And I think that takes me back to that car park outside the theatre. And yeah, it does. Sort of the back of the theatre. Look, it says little theatre, wardrobe, and property and delivery doors. And this is this little car park. I parked there for a couple of minutes to drop Justina off. Then I moved to like a free parking elsewhere, because this is like, you still have to pay here even in the evenings, whereas even here it's free after 6 o'clock. And then there's other spots just on the road, Bin Road, where it was free for 90 minutes. In fact, I think it even said after 6 o'clock it's free. So if people are coming here and still paying, and yeah, all around there's free spots this time in the evening. Yes, there's a lot of people out of all different ages. So it's like a balmy evening, Friday evening. I just drove in a little bit of a loop, and we're just up at the Five Rise Locks now. So there's a little allotment here. Look, nice little decorated roundabout, and then you can just walk down to the locks. And so this is the Leeds-Liverpool Canal, and we're here in Bingley, or just outside of Bingley, where there's the 5 locks all in a row. So the boats have to get up quite some height, or down quite some height, using this lock system. We're quite a way up, as you can see, above the floodplain of the River Aire down there. So we're quite high up, so that's why there's a big rise. You can see all the different barges along here parked up, moored up. And you can hear the water flowing. Of course, Yorkshire Water have said, like, if you don't have to use a lock, don't use it, because it uses quite a bit of water to open and close the locks and all that. Because the flow going into the canal has multiple sources, and sometimes it is reservoir water and sometimes it's river water, depending on where it is, to keep it topped up. So we're up here, you've got the first lock here, this is full, so we're currently operating like that. But then you can see they all drop down, look. There's quite a height difference from up here to right down there where the canal continues on. And so they have to engineer this lock system, sequence, to allow the boats to come up and down. So it's a major feat of engineering. And it's all still working, you know, it's still working order, still used today. I think these have stood the test of time. 1774 they opened. Incredible, isn't it? And in fact, there's these 5 locks here, but further down, there's another 3. There's a little bit of a stretch, another 3. So there's actually 8 locks in Bingley, so that's the height difference they've constructed here. But yeah, 1770s. Amazing. See somebody walking on the towpath down there. So yeah, you've got that bottom one, and there's so that's right down there. And you got this one, second one, which is here. Third, fourth. So what's the one? So I guess there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gates to open, isn't there? 5 gates to open, yeah. I wonder if they've ever had to replace these, you know, the door system and the big handles, that, or they're original. I imagine they're probably still original, because yeah, with quite some effort to replace all that. Things have to be shut for a long time, I don't know. So the stonework and everything there, and the incredible gates. Walk across this, trying to I was just going to sneeze there. Oh yeah, man, just as soon as I stepped on the bridge I started going to sneeze. Right, we'll do that again. I'll not drop the phone. It's quite a height up here compared to the water down there. This must be the biggest one, because it's got like, look at all that, yeah. I mean, or maybe it's just because it's actually emptied of water. So, you know, look how deep they are when they're empty of water. Then you've got rising right up to bring it up to the next level. It's a lot of water to fill that, isn't it? Yeah. So I looked it up, and it does say they replace these things every 25 years. They use oak, but yeah, so that to maintain their efficiency and working order, they do replace the lock gates and the sill, the sort of the paddles, every 25 years. There's quite a bit of restorative work to do. It must cost some money to do that. So let's have a look at the date. It has got a date badge, 2011, says on there. So another, well, if we've got a 25-year lifespan, then might be 2036, something like that, when they're replaced then next, maybe, or that one at least. Ooh. Right. Yeah, so I'll just get this final one, and then we'll let this up. So that's the 5 rise locks there that we're at, and then this is the other 3 rise locks that we're at there as well. viewing point. What's this? Commemoration plaque. Some of the barges all moored up all along here. That's the Porter's facilities, it says there as well. Ah, yeah. Look at that. Yeah. It's a canoe trail as well, Desmond Family Canoe Trail. So you can go canoeing as well as on your barge. Yeah. There's the train going along down there. Yeah, right, well, there we go. Obviously you can walk to Liverpool going this way, so I'll stop there and get back to the car. There's a lot of, because I think the flow has been so hot, there's a tremendous amount of like sort of growth and weeds and algae and things building up in the canal with the hot weather. Also see down the valley the Church All Saints in Bingley there, the clock tower. I mean, it's a fantastic evening. I think it's about 8:15 now. The temperature is unbelievable. I mean, it must still be about 28 degrees. The sun's still shining. And the visibility, if you can see the skies and things, it's tremendous visibility. Yeah, what a, yeah. It's 111 miles along the canal to Liverpool from here. There's a lady, she's brought some sandwiches. I think they've been given away at a shop, and she's brought some there in a bag to give to the boat people there. And they're just choosing which sandwich they want each or whatever. That's nice of her, isn't it? Just come up, back up the little lane from the swing bridge there. And it's, you know, well tended for roundabout. I mean, I can't imagine the council looking after it. It must be just people who live in this area. It might be somebody at this house, because they've got like a lovely sort of rock garden thing going on the corner there. Maybe they look after the roundabout as well, I don't know. Very nice houses up here, all with very well tended for gardens and things, if you look, you know. So I'm just driving up now to the very top of Ilkley Moor, following this road up, and we'll go up to roughly where that mast is up there. That's where it's like a car park. I'll just hold over here, the car park little things up there, but I mean, it's incredible, the light and everything at the minute. You can see a plane taking off from Leeds Bradford Airport up there, just coming over the top, doing its turn. And you can see my shadow in the sun, like the long shadow. So that's Keighley down there. And then sort of Shipley and Baildon and well, no, Shipley down that way, and Bingley down here. So Bingley, Shipley, things down that way. There's the plane. And then if we go over this side, which you can just easily see from the end of the car park there, it's down, looks down towards Ilkley, down that way, and like sort of Menston that way, and Otley that direction. But yeah, so we're kind of on the top. Up here there's some ancient things up here, like 12 Apostles stone circle and other stone crosses and things, and other like ancient sort of cup and stone marked rocks and all that kind of thing as well. So yeah. Yes, you got like Bradford is there, basically all that, and then under the dip here you've got sort of Shipley and Bingley down here. You follow the sort of valley along the River Aire, it heads up to Keighley there. And if you keep following it along and further up that way, it takes you up to Skipton. But you can also see some of the skyscrapers of Leeds there as well. So, of course, the River Aire goes through Bradford and then flows through to Leeds as well. Yeah. So all these things were moved a couple of times. They were moved in 1888 to the Prince of Wales Park, and they moved in 1984 to here in the Market Square. But they're obviously much older than that originally, but they've been moved. This little sign. This is 1693, so 1212, you know, charter. 1693, Market Hall was built. 1753, two further bays and an archway, the dated keystone added, and the roof. And then it was stood in the main street, but then the road wanted to be widened, so they moved it. In 1984, they put it here. So you got this hall, and the cross, and the sort of steps up, and the archway, and the stocks. It's just after 9 o'clock. I've come back down from Ilkley Moor, just waiting for Justina to come out of this. You hear them cheering there, so it must be finishing. Doesn't look like much of a foyer or anything, let's just go straight through there.